Welcome to Tibalt's Apprentice. It's another teachable moment. I'm obsessed with pest control these days. Get that out of here. Nobody cares. You know what this is. You might even recognize this deck. I'm continually trying to make improvements to it. I think it's because I built it from scratch and it wasn't a net deck that I'm kind of obsessed with this right now. It's what I'm playing. It's the ability to throw lands in the graveyard and get value from them. So this time I've actually added a couple of Broom Burrow cards. But the lesson here is don't wait to attack. When you've got an opening, when you've got your when you have established dominance, it's most important to lean into it. It is something to be said for demoralizing people and stuff, but that sounds horrible now that I'm listening to myself saying that out loud. I sound like a terrible person. The lucky thing is that I'm not like this in person. I try to be the fun person to play with because I'm really not that good at this game. But anyhow, let's talk about the game that's going on right now. So we're going to cash in lands to get counters. But really, that's not the way we win. Torment of Hailfire, rather, is the card that we're looking for to get. We want to get all these lands on the battlefield, and we want to bounce them back and get value from that incrementally. And then we want to do a one big Hailfire. But then this happens, and suddenly you find your opponent building a wider board than you are and putting counters on things faster than you are. So the question becomes, do I look at this in the small sample size and think I need to change this deck to compete with it, or maybe I should even add some of these cards so I get bonuses, or should I stick with what I'm doing? Let's get this on the board. We're going to deny them that one treasure token, and we're going to get some blockers on here. The problem is his stuff, their stuff, whoever they may be, wordy stuff, is going to have trample, and that's not going to matter. And they're going wide, and they're going so wide that we can't stop them. We don't have any way of sweeping anything, so we're just going to have to plug away at this and see where this goes. I'm not even guaranteed to win at this point. I'm not even expecting to win. At this point, I'm going to cash in, get some more lands, build up some creatures, but there's nothing worth putting tokens on because I'm going to sacrifice these, and the small critters are going to go and give me life, but they're going to be trampled over. So I will actually try to build up this guy that I normally don't. Let's get the black on board so that we can do the Torment of Hailfire. And if they just swung in at any point during this, they would clearly run me over and trample me to death. I'm not sure if they're afraid of losing creatures or not. Some people do that, but you know what? They're resources. So let me get a couple of mana here. I know that I can replace that. So we're going to go as wide as we possibly can and hope. Let's get rid of those treasures. Just deny them that. Make sure that I spend the right amount of money. The right amount of mana. You can tell where my headspace is. Alright, the fact that we're going to get twice as many creatures as we put mana in, it's okay, but that didn't seem to do much for me. What the heck? Was that a glitch? Is there just a really big stack of creatures? Like, what happened there? I'm not sure what happened. Alright, they're not swinging in though, and that seems like a mistake if you ask me. Let's just end the turn. We're on borrowed time at this point. I feel like they could go for lethal at any point. Maybe they just want to establish dominance. Let's go ahead and see what's in the graveyard. There are a few land cards in there. Let's cash those in. We're going to put counters on the few things that we have remaining. And we're going to try to loop this into as much value as we possibly can. This Lotus Cobra giving me mana, colored mana, is going to let me draw something by casting Gaea's Blessing. I hope that I get a chance to do that. and I hope that I pull something. So it's going to let me get cards back from the graveyard, which is fine. What do I want to get back out of the graveyard? Let's get Spelunking. Let's get Pillage the Bog, which is just an awesome card. And this is now where we start to turn the tide a little bit. There's that Spelunking. Sweet, sweet card. Every deck should have one. Every deck that runs green. Just about every deck that's possible. Let's go ahead and crack this. We do get to the point where we don't have any lands. And sometimes we play lands from our graveyard, bouncing them back, knowing that we can't get land because we gain life. We're at 30 now. It's a fairly strong state. Again, I feel like if they just swung in, committed to the attack, yes, they might lose something. But let me go back here. Did I throw a ring in there? I don't have a ring. What's the best thing? Well, let's go wide. Wider with creatures. The fact that that's interesting. Should we do that? I was going to say the fact that damage, or life gain rather, is applied at the end of the stack makes a difference. So please, please, like me, do not forget that. Do not forget that that gets applied at the end. So while I may go for all these creatures, Spelunking, let's throw these all away. I'm not even sure how much lands I have. I should check that, really. I should know my deck better. I'm not going to toss all of them yet. There's only 4 lands in here. Alright. Let's build this up. Build this up. We're going to grow just as big as we possibly can. And, yep, nothing. But at least we gain life off of those triggers, and we gain some more land from the Lotus Cobra. So, we're going to do as big a freaking pest control as we can. Pest Infestation. Why am I calling it pest control? Because I'm stupid, I guess. Alright, there we go. Now, I got some creatures to block with. And maybe somebody's testing their deck. Maybe, let's go ahead and draw another card, see if I can get something good. Yeah, we'll drop this there so they can't attack me. One of the things about the One Ring, the fact that it... Oh yeah, I think we're okay. Nope. Yeah, maybe they're just testing the deck, and maybe they're just giving me a chance to spread my wings. See what I can do. I really need a Loaming Shaman in here, maybe, so I can put everything back. But let's see. I think, like I said, the tide has turned. Let's put as many of these counters on our actual creatures. They're at least big enough to block if they do swing in, and some of their trample creatures will die. Yep, I understand that I'm not going to get anything but life. Let those life totals creep up. Alright, and they trigger the Cobra, giving me the option and the advantage to play everything here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's Pillage the Bog one more time. Can we pull yet another One Ring out of it? Oh, nope. I told you what the win condition is. So that's what we're going to go for. And can we reverse this? No, I can sacrifice. It's only yeah, I probably need to change that land. That land needs to be swapped out. So from there, one big Torment of Hailfire, and see how this goes. Don't wait to attack. That is the teachable moment here. If you have the advantage in the game, you need to press it. That is if you're trying to win. If you don't care, then that's fine too. But how far are they going to go? Are they going to sack every single creature? Will I get their lands too? How many more? Never mind. It doesn't matter. That's the game. So anyhow, I can't believe you stayed with me this long. You are a superstar. The only thing that would make you even sexier to me is if you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you like. Tell me to shut the hell up. So we're going to take a brief look at this deck again. I'm going to make a couple more changes to it again before this, but it's a pretty simple deck. But we didn't see any of our Bloomborough cards, did we? Because maybe I haven't changed it on this iteration of it. This was taped just a couple of days ago before I went on vacation, so I apologize for the tardiness of my posting. Wow, this thing's gonna stuck and be frozen like this. So what the heck is that? Here we go. Okay, so let's take a look at it and see what's good. Get this out of the way. I'm so easily distracted. The ring, yes, okay. So, let's take a look. That gets me extra land on the board. It gives me a reacher that has blocking. I don't think I need that in this game. I think this game should be a faster game. It's not quite... This isn't what I would call aggro, but it's not even necessarily I mean, it's obviously combo heavy, but it's, yeah, that reach doesn't much matter. I think if I'm attacking with more things, I would do better. Look for another iteration of this deck, like I said, with more Bloomborough stuff. I need to cash in on those landfall triggers, what I need to do. Anyhow, thank you for taking the time. I look forward to seeing you next time on my videos. Come back and join me again. I love you guys. Sounds like I'm drunk now. Never mind.